Hey, hey. Catch a case, don't snitch, that's Mando. Ride for your click, that's Mando. Rope hit a lick, that's Mando. Always with the shits, that's Mando. Hey, that's Mando.
What is up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another video. Rush SRT here. Today's video, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the grill on the SRT. This has been a question that I've been getting quite a bit from a lot of guys that want to know how I did it. Well, I decided to make a video about it, tell you exactly how to do it and how I did it myself. So the total cost to do this mod is around $75. I picked up the grill off of Amazon. I will leave a link in the description so you can go ahead and check it out. It is a exact OEM grill, so it's not an aftermarket or knockoff. It's really good quality, and you know, installing it isn't as straight as you know, swapping out the stock grill for the Hellcat, but it can be done with a little bit of modification, and I will go over that in this video right now with you so you know exactly what to do if you want to do this mod yourself. Now, one thing to note, that I know some guys might be like, you're up badging the car. I don't think so. It still has an SRT symbol on it. It's not a Hellcat symbol or anything like that. I just simply did it for the aesthetic. I think it looks a lot nicer, a lot meaner, and you can still tell that it's an SRT bumper. It's not a Hellcat bumper. And the reason I didn't get a Hellcat bumper was A, I have adaptive cruise control on the car and I wanted to keep that functionality, and B, I have the fog lights and I wanted to keep that as well. And also the price that I would pay to do the conversion to the Hellcat from bumper was just more than I'm willing to spend. So I thought this mod was going to be a lot better option for me, and it's been 2 months since I've done it and it's absolutely worked great for me. I've had no regrets about it, and I get a ton of compliments on the way the front end looks now. It's very, very mean looking, and it looks really good in my opinion. So let's go ahead and dive into it, show you exactly how I was able to pull this off. Here we go. Okay guys, to get started with this, we went ahead and pop our hood so we can gain access to the bolts on top of the engine here. Man, that engine's hot. Alright, there we go. So now that I have this open, we're going to remove these covers right here. So there's one, just lift it up from the bottom right here and pull it out. So there's one right there. So we're going to put that one aside. And then we're going to grab the other one, same thing, just lift it up and out and just kind of pull it. And there we go. Second one is out. We can put that aside. Now that we have all this exposed, there's all these tabs at the top here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. So I got to remove all those. And then there's two bolts. One right there on the inside, as you see there. And there's one right on the inside right here. So these are really easy to remove. All you got to do is kind of just stick your screwdriver in there and then pry it up, and it'll kind of just pop up just like that, and just pull it, and there it is. So I just got 1 and 2 out. Super simple. Okay guys, so we removed the tabs. There's 3 on either side like I told you guys, and then there's 2 screws, 1 on each corner, so I went ahead and removed those as well. It's pretty simple to remove. You just kind of start them off real quick, and then you thread them off with your hands. Just be sure you don't drop them down there. Once that's removed, that's the top portion. We're going to go ahead and move on to the bottom. Okay guys, the next step is we need to go ahead and gain access to 2 bolts that are in here. To do this, we're going to go ahead and rotate or turn our wheel to the opposite side. So if I'm working on the left side, turn your wheels to the right. So you can go ahead and pull the fender liner back and get access to these bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the car on and turn this wheel. Okay, so now that we rotated the wheel to the other side, we can go ahead and remove these tabs right here to pull the fender back, and then find our last 2 bolts that we need to remove. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, you can go ahead and pull our fender out. Alright guys, so there's 1 bolt right here that we need to go ahead and remove, and there's another one that's inside the fender, so you're going to have to find that one because I can't really show you due to it being so dark in there. Okay guys, the bolts are all out here, so this is the total. There's 4 tabs and you know, 1 10mm bolt, and then the 1 10mm nut that needs to be taken out of this side, so that's gone ahead and taken care of. Now moving on to this side, once again go ahead and rotate the wheel to the opposite side and try to get in there and take care of it just like that. Next guys, we're going to go ahead and go underneath the front bumper here, and there's 7 bolts that we need to remove, starting off with the first one right there. So there's number 1, and then there's 5 in a row, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the last one is right there. So this one right here. So there's a total of 7. Go ahead and remove those. Okay guys, now I went ahead and took all the clips off. We're going to go ahead and try to remove the bumper real quick. You're supposed to grab it on the side right here. And, sorry, my thing just went off. So you're supposed to, so there's one side right there. And you just want to be careful because there is some wires that are going to be in there that you will have to remove. Okay guys, so I went ahead and slowly pull it off from either end here. And then you want to look inside and see if there's any wiring that you need to disconnect. If you have fog lights, you will need to disconnect them. So just be aware of that. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect my fog lights before proceeding any further. Okay guys, and just like that, we went ahead and removed our front bumper. So as you can see there, it is off the car now. So what you need to do is make sure you disconnect this right here, which connects to the fog lights. So as long as you pull this off, your bumper is free to move. And as you can see there, there's our front end. The Challenger looks really funny like this. But now we can go ahead and start working on the grill and replacing it. I went ahead and got some Gorilla tape and attached it to the top and the bottom. I removed the tabs on the bottom. They kind of look like these right here. So I just went ahead and sawed them off. So now I can get a nice flush finish. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Turn it on its side here to get you a front look of how it looks now. Alrighty, so I'm turning it on its side real quick. And here's kind of the finished product. As you can see there, it's nice and flush all the way through. And it honestly looks like it's OEM, which I like. I even was able to close in this gap here, so it's very, very unnoticeable. And yeah, I mean, especially from like up here, you would think that is the OEM front grille. So I'm so excited to put it back on the car, see how it is. I'm gonna go watch the car tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna look even better in the daytime. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and get right in there and tell you exactly how I was able to pull off this mod. Now, one thing to note is you will have to do some trimming to the stock bumper, but the places where you're trimming are going to be behind where the previous tabs were for the stock grille. So I ended up trimming those off so I can get a nice flush mount just like you can see here. Now, one thing to also note is that you will have a little bit of gap right in this area right here. And the reason being is that the Hellcat Grille is a little more straight than the bumper is. So that's why you will have a little bit of gapping there, but it's honestly very hardly noticeable. And to me, I was willing to take that risk of that little gap versus the complete look of the bumper here. So that's just one thing I wanted to point out. So if you are not a fan of that, then maybe this mod is not for you. But you know, that's something that I was willing to live with. And I think it looks all right, so I didn't care too much for it. So as you can see, the gap is right in this area right here. But if you look straight onto it, it sits nice and flush, so you really can't tell all that much about it. And you know, here's another closer look. So I'm trying to give you guys nice close looks. The mounting from this side and this side are extremely perfect. You will have no trouble with that. So you know, those are nothing to worry about. Even the top sits nice and flush right here, which is cool. So how did I mount it? Since the mounting tabs are obviously different between the Hellcat and the SRT, how did you get this to mount in there? Well, I actually have a dirty secret, and that happens to be Gorilla tape. I ended up using Gorilla tape to go ahead and asphyxiate the grill from the top and bottom, and I put one screw in the middle to make sure that this piece right here did not move back or forth. And as you can see there, it's nice and snug, it's not going anywhere, and that's exactly what I wanted. So if you're not a fan of using Gorilla tape on your car, this might not be a good idea, but trust me, it works really well. As long as you prep the area and you use a little bit of adhesive booster, you are good to go. So yeah, I mean, it's really an easy mod to do. If you put the time into it, you're gonna have an amazing looking front end. as you can see here. I'm really pleased with how the car looks now. It definitely pulled the whole front end together nicely, and it gave it a nice aggressive mean look. And I don't personally consider it up badging, just because it still has SRT on it, and my car is an SRT. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. And if you are looking to get the same look for your car and you're looking for that grill, once again, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it in the link in the description below. It is from Amazon, so you know, it's probably the best place to pick it up. It'll arrive really quickly, and if you have any issues, you can return it, and it's gonna look amazing. Did I mention that? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel, guys. If you're watching my videos and you enjoy them, support me by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you are notified when I do post on the channel. We have a lot of things planned for this SRT, and I want to take you guys on the journey with me, but I need your support in growing my channel. So thank you so much. My name is Rush. There's my SRT, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.